From KMOL TV, Channel 4, this is News 4 San Antonio at 10.
Good evening, everyone. Lori Tucker returns from vacation on Monday. Tonight, the grim count in San Juan, Puerto Rico continues. Investigators say they have just about completed the process of pulling bodies from the burned-out wreckage of the DuPont Plaza Hotel. The confirmed death count now stands at 95. A family from the San Antonio area witnessed Wednesday's tragedy. Dr. Larry Miller, his wife and children were staying at the hotel next door when 3 blasts ripped through the DuPont Plaza. Almost immediately, Dr. Miller joined the rescue efforts. The Millers have just returned to their KMOL County ranch after cutting short their vacation. News 4's Jimmy Martinez has their eyewitness accounts.
The Millers say that within seconds, the hotel was surrounded with dark smoke. Jimmy Martinez, News 4 San Antonio.
2 San Antonians have lost their lives tonight in separate pedestrian accidents. Ironically, the 2 occurred within the same half hour. The first happened at IH-37 in Carolina at 6:45. Tonight, police are still looking for suspects in the murder of a 76-year-old San Antonio woman. When Annie Moses' body was found this morning, police discovered her home had been ransacked, her car stolen. Sharon Jones tells us tonight her murder has other elderly residents nearby terrified.
76-year-old Annie Moses was described as fiercely independent, a good neighbor and Christian who was actively involved in First Baptist Church. Today, she was found murdered in the bedroom of a home where she'd lived alone almost 30 years. A neighbor called police when he suspected her home had been burglarized.
We have no definite point of entry to the residence. The house has been ransacked. The victim's vehicle that was in the garage was stolen.
Her car, which neighbors report hadn't been seen since Wednesday, was found a few hours later. Abandoned in the 600 block of North Calaveras, police began looking for clues that might lead them to Annie Moses' killer. Police say she may have died from strangulation or suffocation, but offered no other details than it was a senseless killing. Neighbors say Annie Moses had been burglarized several times before, and she's not the only one. This latest burglary on Fresno and her murder now have residents a lot more than just concerned.
This is the worst place you ever saw right here. I'm scared to death. I'm not staying at night anymore.
Ophelia Brown is understandably frightened. She's been burglarized as well and talked with Moses about recent break-ins.
Just before Christmas, she had her house broke in, and she come home and scared them out. And then now they broke in there again, you see. And then not too long ago, she's in the yard right here, and they went and broke in her house while she's working in the yard.
It's not known whether the burglary at Annie Moses' home on Christmas Eve is related to her death, but police suspect the intruder may have known she'd be alone. Sharon Jones, News 4 San Antonio.
San Antonio's rope team was busy tonight. The undercover police unit raided an East Side retail center searching for street drug dealers. As our George Franco reports, they caught a few, but will probably be back later to make more arrests.
The rope team was briefed before it made the raid.
Just contain that over here.
Put your hands up on the wall. Then it moved in on Sunny Mitchell Village around 8. It was the second raid there in 6 months. This marked the 4th similar rope raid on the east side in a year. Police say street drug sales are a constant problem here.
You under arrest for possession of methamphetamine?
8 arrests were made, Police Chief Bill Gibson helping out. 2 for possession of cocaine, 2 for possession of marijuana, 2 for unlawful possession of a pistol on a licensed premise, and a couple more for various crimes. Nickel and dime stuff, police call it, but it never ends.
I would like to say this is going to be the last time I'll ever have to come over here and deal with a drug problem, but I'm not so sure that's the case. I don't think by our presence here tonight, they won't be back here tomorrow.
Even local residents say the raids don't really change much.
You're happy they did this tonight? Yeah, in a way. Is it going to make much difference? I doubt it.
By all accounts, tonight has been a successful rope raid, but it's an ongoing process. And both the drug dealers and the cops know that they could meet here again. George Franco, News 4, San Antonio.
We got high tides and the storm on the East Coast, but we have snow in Texas.
Snow in Texas is coming to the Panhandle right now, and they are getting some fierce winds up there, 50-mile-an-hour winds in Midland right now, but nothing quite so bad in San Antonio. Right now, our winds outside are very, very light in comparison with that. Looking out there, you can see the winds are only south at 5 miles an hour. Humidity, though, is high at 86. And we have a temperature of 57 degrees. Today's high made it up to 63, and the morning low was down to 31 degrees. We were below freezing for about 30 minutes last night. We also lowest temperature this morning way up in International Falls, 8 below zero, and 78 in Palm Springs for the highest. Here's the forecast for San Antonio. It's going to be a wild night. A lot of winds are coming our way. With it, some showers that could be briefly heavy, and then lows dropping down to about 46. In the morning hours, it'll be windy and mostly cloudy, with a few showers still lingering, but that won't be very long. Those showers will be moving out fast. We'll start clearing out. It'll still be windy. Winds out of the northwest at around 15 to 25 miles an hour. Highs getting up to around 57 degrees, and that's about all tomorrow. Sunday, a nice day in comparison. Sunny, but a morning low below freezing, down to 29 degrees. Highs getting up there to near 60. Then after that, Monday is going to be mostly cloudy. A chance for rain that day. Same thing on Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, maybe we'll settle down, just get the wind, and forget the rain and the dust and everything else.
It's going to be a real blustery one tomorrow morning.
It really will be, yes.
And then the weekend improves from there.
It's better and better.
Okay, thanks a lot, John. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday. Okay, I get to play the straight man here. What do you suppose is Joe Paterno's favorite pastry?
Miami turnover. Yeah, actually, it's Mike Perez, our guy over there behind the camera. Good line from
It was
Mike,
very
that's
good,
for sure. Yeah, Miami turnover. That was the key. But what a great game. You know, lots of people have been calling for a national championship game for years in college football. After tonight, the calls are going to become a scream. What a game. Penn State wins the Fiesta Bowl and the national championship with a 14-10 victory over Miami. But more than 8 minutes are left in this game. Testaverde leads the Hurricanes downfield in the last 2 minutes. 4th and goal, 18 seconds to go. He throws, and Pete Giftopoulos picks it off at the goal line. Penn State runs out the clock from there. For Vinny Testaverde, a nightmarish finish to a great season. No touchdown passes, 5 interceptions. Miami. NBA tonight, Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls visiting Boston Garden. Jordan rejected, steps back, drills one anyway. Michael Jordan with 34 points tonight for the Chicago Bulls, but even Air Jordan has trouble flying higher than the Bird in Boston Garden. Larry Bird with the scoop shot for 2 of his 37 tonight. As we go to the scoreboard, we see that Boston wins that one by a 113-99 score.
Boy, you couldn't have written a better script for tonight's game.
Wasn't it great? That was one of the most exciting college football games you'll ever see. Regardless of the turnovers, it still came down. The national championship came down to the last couple of seconds and really the last play of the game.
And NCAA doesn't even recognize it still. I mean, it's a championship game.
They don't. They have, in Division II, they have a championship game, but not in Division I. We'll see it when the NCAA realizes there's a lot of money to be made from it.
Yeah.
That's when.
There's a key right there.
There you go.
Have a good weekend, George.
Hey.
Well, the San Antonio River is getting a facelift, and its new look is causing some to smile, while others are most definitely frowning. Most of the water from the river has now been drained, and to help in the cleanup effort, today a tractor was pulled in from the sky. A crane lifted the tractor off the street and into the riverbed, and that caught the eye of several passers-by along the Riverwalk who just stood there in amazement. Still others plan to enjoy the mud-filled river even more, starting off with a mud queen and king. Sharon Eason and Colonel Douglas Jenkins Jr. were crowned as the royal couple. The two will take charge of several dirty deeds tomorrow, including a mud parade, mud fishing, and, of course, mud slinging. Obviously, they're making the best of a yucky situation, but not everyone believes groveling in the mud is fun.
Came 800 miles to see this, and we've heard a lot about it, and to get here and then to have it look like this, it's a little disappointed, yes.
Oh, well, you can't please everybody. River draining is done each year for maintenance. George said you noticed, you recognize somebody in that?
Yeah, that was L.C. Greenwood, the guy who was passing out the award, the tall one that looked like a football player.
Yeah.
That L.C. Greenwood, former of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow. He lives here?
No, he was in town especially for that event. I mean, it's a big event,
Well,
right?
that must be a big event, I'll tell you
I guess so.
We got a big event coming down through North
We
Texas
do.
right
We've got
now,
a big
don't we?
front coming our way. It's moving very, very fast. It's going to bring a lot of dust with it and also some light rain. Briefly heavy rain at times, and it looks like it's going to be clearing out tomorrow, so you got everything tomorrow.
Great. Sunday's the better of the 2 days then,
You
huh?
bet it is.
Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you here on Monday.